Holy absolute overpay, Batman! My goodness! Chris Tanev, the contract is officially signed, as we had talked about yesterday. This is already a done deal, but the numbers have been revealed as of, 40 minutes ago-ish? Yeah, good morning. I just woke up. It's 8 a.m. here in Vancouver. But Chris Tanev has signed an extension with the Toronto Maple Leafs, 6 years, $4.5 million a season. Full no-move clause throughout, approximately 80% in bonuses. Ay, another NMC. This franchise doesn't learn. What an awful contract. The Stars saw what Toronto was offering and was like, nah, I'm good. That is insane money for Chris Tanev. This is bad. This went from projected 3 to 3.5 to 5 and ended up at 4.5, so I guess we take it. 6 years and a full no move. Wow, the AAV is good, but that is a long deal for a 34-year-old defensive defenseman. It's not even just that he's 34. He's going to be 35 at the end of the calendar year. 6 years? He's going to be 41, making $4.5 million a year. Look, we had talked about this yesterday. I love Chris Tanev. I'm a Vancouver Canucks fan. I was there watching this guy debut in the Stanley Cup Finals. He was a stud for so many years in Vancouver, and we had said the same thing back when he had signed with the Calgary Flames. Hey, Chris Tanev is 30 years old. How well is a 30-year-old guy going to age for the next 4 years at $4.5 million a year, blocking all the shots that he does, getting as hurt as he does, and playing the defensively sound game that he has? Chris Tanev has been a monster. But how is that contract going to age till he's 34? It aged well, which is great, but now we're having the same conversation in 2024 because this new contract's going till he's 41. I get that Chris Tanev was effective for 4 years into his 30s, but will he be effective for 6 more? I am the biggest Chris Tanev fan in the world, but even I'm like, yeah, I'm happy the Canucks did not go out there and make this contract signing a reality. For Chris Tanev to get that no move, to get that 6 years, to get that 4.5 mil, good for him, man. Absolutely phenomenal contract for him. For Toronto, I have no idea how this is going to end up. Like, we could be looking at this contract in 2026 and saying, oh, that's a really bad contract. We could look at Chris Tanev at a 37 or a 38-year-old pace and say, yeah, this guy's not going to age well because he's so old and he's going to be blocking shots left, right, and center. He may be getting hurt again. Like, Tanev plays one of the most volatile games in the sport because he's so committed to defense and he's so committed to putting his body on the line that, I don't know, man, can this guy do what he was doing at 27, 28, 29 till he's 41? If he can, then okay, all the power to him, but Chris Tanev just got absolutely paid, and it seems like a huge overpayment by a Toronto Maple Leaf squad that traded to get Tanev's rights earlier on before free agency began. Let's go out there and read the press release here. The Maple Leafs announced today that the hockey club has signed Chris Tanev to a 6-year contract with an AAV of 4.5. Tanev, 34, skated in 56 games for the Flames before being acquired by the Dallas Stars last season. I guess, yeah, okay, last season. We can start to say last season. I'm still saying, like, this previous season or this prior season, because in my mind, last season refers to 2022, 2023. Either way, it's all semantics, right? With the Dallas Stars, Tanev recorded 5 points in 19 games and added 2 assists in 19 playoff games. In 792 career NHL regular games, the Toronto, Ontario native has registered 190 points and 194 penalty minutes, split between Vancouver, Calgary, and Dallas. The 6'2", 193-pound defenseman has posted 13 points in 60 playoff games. Tanev was undrafted and joined the Vancouver Canucks as a free agent on May 31st, 2010. Yeah, if I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan that has no idea what Chris Tanev plays like, I have no idea that this guy's a defensive monster, he blocks shots, he's a beast in his own end, so smart, so sound, so poised, and so injury-prone. If I had no idea about any of that, then I would have read this entire thing and been like, wait a minute, why did the Leafs do this? This guy sucks. He doesn't have any points. Like, this article does not mention anything about what makes Tanev actually valuable. It just says, oh, he scores no points. Like, the guy has 190 points in however many games, 792 games and 190 points, and a 6-year contract, $4.5 million for a 34-year-old. If I know nothing about Chris Tanev and I'm just reading this for the first time, I'm pretty pissed off. Toronto Maple Leafs fans, please, at least, like, get a quote from the GM or something. Put something in here that allows you to acknowledge why he's worth that money. At the end of the day, though, Brad Treliving, let him cook, I guess. He's getting his guy back. He was there when Chris Tanev was a part of the Flames, and now he wanted him back, so he made this trade and signing to absolutely go ham. Now, this is not the only signing that we had seen from the Toronto Maple Leafs today. You can say that Joseph Woll has also gotten that big overpayment bank because he, earlier this morning, also got himself a 3-year contract extension. Absolute steal if he's healthy. This is the verdict we have because the dollar amount here, 3 years, $3.66 million a year. This guy just started becoming a consistent NHL player in this season's worth of play. 25 games played, 907 save percentage. He was fantastic, this Joseph Woll was. He had an 0.86 goals against and a 9.64 save percentage in 3 games against the Bruins this playoff run. 9.32 save percentage and a 9.15 save percentage in the playoffs in 22-23. 9.11 save percentage in 4 games played and a 2.76 goals against in 21-22. Joseph Woll has been fantastic his entire career with the Toronto Maple Leafs and Marlies, but the problem is you just don't know if he's going to be able to stay healthy enough to justify giving a 3-year, $3.66 million contract to a guy who's only played a total of 36 NHL games. Now, 7 games he's played have been in the playoffs, and he's got a 9.33 save percentage in that, which is absolutely phenomenal. As we had said, Woll is a monster. Total monster when he's on his game. But you don't know if he's going to be able to consistently be that. Now, this is a really great contract if he is healthy and he's able to be that 950, 960, 970 goaltender even for his career in 3 seasons. But at the same time, it's all the more interesting. Again, this is not to say Woll cannot live up to the contract. However, considering the amount of NHL games played in his career, it is a bit high. His experience and performance is more in line with the 2 comps listed at the time of signing. And the 2 comparisons tweeted out here by AFP Analytics are Adin Hill, who was an absolute monster for the Vegas Golden Knights, and Connor Ingram, who is an absolute monster for the Arizona Coyotes and Utah Hockey Club, or should I even say Utah? He never played for Utah, technically, not yet at least, but he was so good for Arizona. These 2 contract comparables are the only ones that actually exist. Joseph Woll was projected to getting a $2-point-something million AAV contract for 3 years. The actual one is 3.6. And you can see here on the subreddit, there's a lot of conversation going on as to why this was signed in the way that it was. I totally understand that the Leafs front office has huge faith in Woll, but I don't get the early commitment to a player who would have been an RFA next summer and can't stay healthy. The Leafs cannot afford the risk that he stays healthy and is a good goalie next season. Such a strange sentence, but they have to lock him up now to avoid paying him way more, even if that means they might have a guy who can't stay healthy. Because there's a price risk if you wait to sign him until next season. If his health holds up, he'll likely have a good or even great next season, and the cap will go up a lot more next summer, so he's going to command a lot more than 3.7 mil. The Leafs can't afford much more than that, since, the deals are going to be kicking in for Matthews, Nylander, and maybe Marner. Koskinen 2.0. Ay. I definitely get the concerns. They're valid. It's too much, too long, given the body of work that's undeniable. I think the reason for the relatively big commitment is, as a hedge, the Leafs cannot afford for Woll to pop and be a $5 million goalie during this Matthews contract window. I think they see this 90th percentile outcome, and there's a legitimate fear of it because the player is so talented. Projecting a guy who hasn't played that many games as a future star is a little on the nutty side, but when he has played, he's so good. I think I'm not the only one who sees the possibility of a legitimate elite upside. I'm trying to avoid giving the perception that everyone thinks he's Carey Price. It's more than that. He is a very apparent talent, and it makes it hard to ignore the possibility of him being an outlier guy despite the injuries. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Firstly, about the Toronto Maple Leafs overpaying for Chris Tanev, and then about the Toronto Maple Leafs potentially overpaying for Joseph Woll. Crazy stuff. We have some more videos to make, but for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.